Hello, welcome to Patch. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
Super.
Super.
Super. Duper.
Super Nintendo, which is not at
Super
all a thing
Nintendo,
that
yes.
featured at all in the recent Nintendo Direct, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Um, we've recently had the Nintendo, what do they call it? Nintendo Direct Partner
Partner.
Showcase for July 2025, and so that by announcing it that way, they make sure that people don't get too carried away. Don't go expecting your Metroids. Don't go expecting a big announcement from a new first party thing. They kept it pretty by the numbers and pretty straightforward in that respect. And I guess maybe some top level stuff before we really start to pick into this. It wasn't like the best showcase of all time in my eyes, and you're shaking your head as well. So, what do you think of it overall?
Look, I don't think it was terrible. There's one thing I like that Nintendo does, which is we've got a presentation, it's about games. It's not like what Xbox and Sony do, like, oh, we're doing this, we're talking this up, blah, 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 and then it backfires and we don't see it again. Like Sony was talking about that whole marathon game. That went well. And Xbox talked about all the quality games they got coming out this year. They all got canned.
We're waiting for them to release.
Yes, which some won't. And then you got Nintendo's like, hey, here's the games coming out this year, next year, whatever. And that's
Yeah,
it. No other gibberish. And that's what I like for them about it. But overall, not terrible. Would say that. Not terrible. It's just, I would say nothing that, as I like to say, tickled me fancy.
I like that phrase. It's a good one. I haven't thought about that one in a while, but yeah, it's a good one. I
Well,
like that.
it's like it could get dangerous if you use it in the wrong contents. So just be careful. Use that sentence wisely.
Yeah, make sure your fancy is definitely not. Anyway, let's leave it there.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
All right, so we'll kind of go through the games kind of one at a time and talk about what we liked and what we didn't. There's certainly some games that I think are absolutely up our alley and other games that aren't. And then obviously there's plenty that are also already available on other platforms or be, arguably better on other platforms, which kind of gives us some perspective to bring to the whole thing. So we'll kind of, I guess, start at the top with one of the few brand new game announcements there. It has been confirmed since that it's going to be coming to other platforms as well. But Matto, tell me what you thought about Monster Hunter Stories 3. We're, of course, pretty big Monster Hunter fans. But what did you make of this new game reveal? And have you tried any of the Stories games? I know...
No,
Okay.
because when they said Rathalos a lot, I sort of wasn't paying attention to the trailer to start off with. Then they said the word Rathalos. It got my attention, like, hang on a second. This is not a Monster Hunter game. And then I realized, oh, wait, isn't there like another Monster Hunter type game? And I forgot what it was called. And then the title showed up and said Stories 3. And I thought, oh, where are the other two? Then I remember there was a Stories 2 somewhere, not. I'm going to say not long ago, but it's
Yeah, it
probably
wasn't
6
long
years
ago.
ago.
No, you're right. No,
I
it was
wasn't.
only like I played it during the pandemic. I got sent a code for it on PC, and then it eventually came to Switch to Switch, and then eventually has come to other platforms since as well. It wasn't. No, you're right. Like it wasn't that long ago. Less than 5 years now. Which I
That's
guess
the other thing
kind of
that
feels like
Direct.
forever ago in some respects. But
And that was the other thing I liked with Nintendo Direct it did as well. It's like in the corner, it's either available for Nintendo or Nintendo Switch 2. They didn't have
yeah,
to keep saying available on Nintendo and Nintendo Switch 2. It's like it's in the corner.
they
That's all
got
we'll
that
tell
little
you about it.
disclosure out of the way nice and early, and then they were able to just get to business. Except for one, I think there was a couple that they felt like they really need to emphasize a little bit more, just drive the point home that little bit more. Um, but otherwise, no, I think they did a pretty good job with all of those sides of things. But in terms of Monster Hunter Stories, I'm real hyped for this. It's it kind of leans into some obviously like kind of a bit more RPG, turn-based sort of stuff. But they do a really good job of it. It's kind of got the Fire Emblem, how like sword beats this. They've kind of got the weapon triangle thing going on there. Monster Hunter kind of employs the same sort of thing with like red, green, and blue attacks and the different, how they kind of power up or work effectively or ineffectively against other types. They've kind of got those systems going on. It's got a cool personality. It was one of the, so for anyone who kind of doesn't necessarily follow along with the stuff that we do on the website, we have these verses features from time to time. It's kind of myself usually and someone else from the team recapping and kind of reflecting on every single game announcement. Not dissimilar to what I guess we're doing with this one. And I got a sniff of Monster Hunter Stories within about 5 seconds, I reckon, of that trailer airing. and was confirmed by the time I saw the egg. Now myself and fellow editor at the website Jess, we were kind of working on this Google Doc, so that I can kind of punch in the names and she can start writing and I'll start writing and whatever it is we need to do. And like I picked up the game name like almost instantly, dropped the name. I mean, didn't have the subtitle at that point. I added that at the end, but started typing Monster Hunter Stories 3 straight away. Jess, I get a message from her within seconds. She goes, "How the fuck did you know that?" Like it was very much a how does he know? I was like, like it was just one of those. I just knew.
It's
Like you just
yeah,
the
it's
spidey
just
senses.
like when the time comes when 3 green lights appear, we know straight away it's going to be
Oh my
Splinter
god!
Cell.
And then
That'll
they'll
be
let us
ready.
down somehow.
Yes.
So thanks
Yeah.
Ubisoft in advance for that. But yeah, I'm real keen on it. 2026 is awesome. I did mention before. Obviously, there's games that are coming, that have been announced at this thing, but will then be coming to other platforms. Sorry, Nintendo, but I'm 100% going to be playing this game on PlayStation. It looked way better on the. Sorry, it will look way better on the big boy consoles, and I'm keen for it. But any other thoughts on Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, which is an interesting subtitle?
Jeez. As I said, they've really got to come up with better names.
It felt very Final Fantasy in
It
some ways.
does not. It just does not roll off the tongue.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. Yeah, no, not as
Just
cleanly as it could or
no.
should.
Just call it 3. You don't need a fancy name underneath. Everyone knows what it is. It's
Yeah,
not a
pretty much.
Marvel film, so relax.
But
Unless it's Witcher 3.
they called the second one, I think it was Wings of Ruin or something. Hang on, let me Google it.
I think that sounds
Stories
about right.
2. Yeah, Wings of Ruin. Yeah. Oh, it's half price on PlayStation at the moment for anyone who's keen.
Ooh. Ooh.
And
How much?
the original is also going for $30 on PlayStation at the moment as well.
$30 you dues.
$30, yeah, each.
Tempting.
Good value. They're really good games. But yeah, that's that one anyway. All right, moving on to our next game then. Once Upon a Katamari, where I was looking at it going, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Jess was the one that was going wild over this one at the same time, so we kind of flipped the script very quickly in this one. But thoughts on Once Upon a Katamari?
No idea. I thought it was calamari to start off with. I thought it would have been funnier with a squid, but it's not. But I also thought the character looked like was his name Tangle from the Zelda
Yeah.
games. That was my first thought. Thought, oh, is this what that poor bastard's doing these days? Is just rolling up some crap on a floor.
Yeah, I just don't understand these games. I know they're well regarded by the couple 100,000 people that play them, but I don't understand them in the slightest. But people were very excited.
Right.
Probably no one who was actually watching this stream was excited in Just Dance 2026 though.
I didn't know they're still making them.
Oh yeah, and it was only like 2 years ago they actually finally stopped making them for the Wii.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna quickly Google this, but
I mean, fair enough, understandable, but couldn't you do it on the Switch? Oh, well, people still have a Wii.
um, oh, Just Dance 20. Sorry, okay, more than 2 years, but like 4. It was like Just Dance 2020 was the last one
On the Wii.
on the Wii.
Well, wow.
Which is crazy. Yeah, like that kicked on for so long. Well, like the Wii U had come out and died in the meantime.
Still,
The Switch
yeah.
had come out and was at its almost the peak of its powers. 2 consoles ago, though, was the Wii, and the game and Just Dance was still coming to it. But anyway, but yeah, I couldn't care less about this game. Ubisoft showed up though, so I guess that's something. What about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? So it's the old Tenkaichi games. It's already out on other platforms.
Yeah,
Coming to
I
Switch.
just looked at it and went, hey, I know all these characters for a TV show that I haven't watched in, God, 20 years? It's been a long time since I've watched a Dragon Ball TV show, and I'm looking at it going, hey, I know that guy.
You
I
didn't
know
watch
that
Super
guy.
when that rolled out a couple of years ago?
Don't think so.
Oh mate, that is like I'm as is well documented. Not an anime guy at all. Dragon Ball was kind of one of those exceptions when I was a kid, and but Super was unreal when it came out. Yeah, a couple of years ago.
I think the only reason I remember all those characters because I used to collect those stupid disc things out
The
the tip
Tarzos?
packet. Yeah, I've got mine. Mine are around somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but have you got any gold ones? Have you got any red ones?
I had a whole set of the golds. I actually don't know where they are, but like there's the
That's
original
the
series
collection
Tarzan
right
set. That's
there.
the entire. That's the full set.
Yeah. I do have the collection somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I remember my cousin one day said, "Hey, there's a chip packet out there with a certain date on it. It has two in the packet." So we used to go buy the chips, get the Tarzo things out, and then throw the chips in the bin. Because that's what you used to do back in the day.
And
That's what
everything
we
was so
used,
cheap.
that's what you used to do back in the day. It's like, oh, here's the Tarzo, throw the chips away. You didn't really care about them because you cared about the content of it, what was
The
in
birds will
there,
be happy.
not the food. Those were
I
good days.
really enjoyed playing those Tenkaichi games on the Wii, and kind of getting the whole, Kamehameha, and then actually like you'd hoist the controls out there and get the motion going. Masenko, you still had to cross them and all that sort of stuff. Like that was all really kind of cool. And I did note that in the trailer they were kind of going, oh, the gesture stuff's here. I'm like, oh shit, that's just a little bit tempting now to kind of scratch an old, what, 18-year-old Paul itch. But I'm probably not going to get to it, so we'll move on. Speaking of games coming back, Plants vs Zombies replanted. Any interest in having a crack?
No, none.
Oh mate, I'm so keen.
I know they were huge. I know back in the day they were massive. I just looked at it as one of those people thought that's just stupid. But it's probably one of those stupid fun games.
And there's
as
a lot
well.
of depth to it too. Like surprising amounts of depth. But it's coming to Switch, it's coming to PlayStation, I think it's coming to Xbox and PC and everything as well. I'm sure there'll probably be a mobile version of it again because that's kind of where it all began. But it's cool that the original game's kind of coming back. They're really apparently trying to lean into the experience that it was at the time, which was very much a you pay for it and that's it, you're done, as opposed to what happened with Plants vs Zombies 2 and 3, where it was all kind of the mobile game culture had absolutely taken off and it was microtransactioned up the arse. Couldn't do much without, oh, you need to top up this energy thing, so spend $1.50 and like all those sorts of grubby tactics. This won't be that. It sounds like it's $20 US, so probably like $30 for us. Get it? Play it.
That's right. Makes sense now. I was trying to see who the publisher was.
EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense now. Because they were the absolute top tier dickheads of doing that back in the day.
And the original one didn't have any of that because PopCap put it out themselves. Then EA bought them. And like plans, the games have still been good. But it's just been, they've been trying to nickel and dime you wherever they can. Now, I played a lot of Plants vs Zombies 3 when it first came out. I finished everything that the game could offer you. But I was slow burning that. I had no interest in paying money to speeding up. It was just like, I'll get there when I get there. But a lot of people don't have that sort of patience these days. I'd recommend it. It's worth maybe checking that one out when it comes out in a couple months. I can't remember when I think it's October or something maybe when it's coming back. But yeah, EAFC 26. Any thoughts?
I haven't played a sports game since 2020. We can move on.
Yeah, moving on.
Let's be honest, it's probably better on what you could call the big boy consoles.
The big boy consoles. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Now, we saw the first one of these maybe 2 years ago. I didn't even know these games were a thing back in the day. Pac-Man World. And now there's two of them, and they're being remastered. I'm like, okay. But they do look kind of cool. I'm in no hurry, but...
Me either, no. I just looked and went, it's modern Pac-Man almost. I thought there was nothing wrong with the arcade game. Hours of fun, just
keep
ghosts.
Yeah, more of that. I'll be fine with more of that. But I don't know if I end up with some time and end up with access to the game, I'll check it out. But I'm not expecting great things. Like no one's ever sat back and gone, "Oh, those Pac-Man World games, they were right up there with Crash Bandicoot and Mario and everyone back at the time." Like no one has ever said that.
That's like saying that every Sonic game after Sonic the Hedgehog 3 saying, "Oh, those Sonic games, oh geez, weren't they great?" No,
no one's really said that except for Sonic Generations, Sonic Mania, and it took 20 years for him to finally make another one.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That's probably the only top tier Sonic game you can get. No, not even that.
I think Sonic brought Mario down for that one, but anyway. I think I know the answer for you for this one, but Final Fantasy Tactics Reborn. Any interest in a tactics game? Yeah.
No, can't say I am.
Fair enough. I'm real keen, unsurprisingly, I guess. Real keen. Again, I'll be playing it on my big boy consoles. It makes sense. It would work on the portable thing like the Switch. But I want my trophies for it. I want and then if I want the portable bit, I'll just beam it over to my portal. But it's cool they're adding voice acting. There's a whole lot of quality of life improvements from the original game, which was on the PS1, which then got a remaster for the PSP back in the day. And now now that they've got this one done, this is the second last Final Fantasy from that famous Nvidia leak. If they can just get to Final Fantasy 9 now, that'd be sweet. Not a remaster though, the real deal. Persona 3 Reload.
No.
Yeah, moving on.
I look at it and go, oh, I would like to play it, but then I like look at it and see how long it takes to finish. I'm thinking, nah.
I don't have 80 hours.
I don't have 80 hours. I've got to play 4 other games in between that, so...
That are also 80 hours, and I want to play much more.
Yeah, nah. Sorry.
But here's one you are keen on, and I could probably see you just going 80 hours for it. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. The closest thing to first party that we got from this, of course, it's being made by I think Omega Force, like the Dynasty Warriors team.
Yes.
In partnership with Nintendo, but it's not Nintendo first party, so they sneak through with an exclusive Nintendo franchise, not made by Nintendo, making it fit the bill. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, excited, but at the same time, I'm thinking I've really got to play Tears of the Kingdom. It's just one of those things. It's in the back of my mind. It's like, yeah, I've got to play it.
I mean, eventually. I think this is still set before Tears of the Kingdom, so you've got
time.
It is, but
got time, but it's also that thing too. Like, is there things in Tears of the Kingdom that I should know about?
Yeah, maybe
the events of this game. So it's all the same like Age of Calamity. Where you sort of
I can't even remember when Age of Calamity was set. When was that? Was that before Breath of the Wild? Or both of these Hyrule Warriors games set between?
It was before, because I'm pretty sure that little bloody droid thing goes back in time. Yes, that is true. Yes, I'm going with that. Yes, that's what happened. You got that little small thing. I don't know what it's called.
It's 100 years before the events of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes, before they went to sleep for a century and then woke up.
Okay. So I need to go back and play Age of Calamity before Breath of the Wild, then Tears of the Kingdom, and hopefully I don't hate the two main games along the way.
I know, this is really starting to sound like a Metal Gear timeline here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is just confusing as hell.
But whilst we've been very negative about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and the types of games that they are, we're all in for Musos. So
yes, I played Skyward Sword, so it couldn't be any worse. I hate that game.
Yeah, you hate that one.
I hate it so much.
We've already spoken a bit about sports games, but Madden NFL 26, no love there from either of us, so we'll move on. And this one I'm really keen to hear your thoughts on. Chillin' by the Fire. I think one of only like 2 or 3 indie games in the entire showcase. And I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself first. What do you think of Chillin' by the Fire?
Well, all I can say is the name's in the title. What do you do? Chill around a fire. You know what I think? My thought was, wouldn't it be great to have a crossover with Firefighter Simulator and Chilling by the Fire?
I just don't understand who'd want to play this.
Oh, people with ADHD? I don't know. People with...
There's plenty of games out there for ADHD.
Or people with who have absolutely no sense of gaming or need to learn how to light a fire, which... If you don't know how to light a fire, probably best you don't know how to light a fire, because if you do set something on fire, you can't just magically restart. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking at it going, this is just silly. Like, why would I want to pretend to cook a marshmallow when I could just do that?
Yeah.
Myself.
Like, I've got a tiny little Bunnings fire pit in my backyard. I could just light the fire there. Stick a few marshmallows over it, and I don't have to see my friends' heads awkwardly suspended in the air. Or see them at all if I don't want them. Like, I just punch out a whole packet of marshmallows. It's great.
Yeah.
Real marshmallows, not in-game marshmallows.
Not in-game marshmallows. Real fire, not in-game fire.
Or if I do want social and friends, I'll invite them over for it.
But at the same time, they have to bring their own marshmallows. You're not having any of mine.
Yeah, no, not sharing.
BYO marshmallows and stick. Bring your own stick.
Yeah, I don't understand the decision making at all with this. Yeah, I don't know. I won't rip strips into it. I was just completely dumbfounded by the whole thing. I used to play Apex Legends a lot.
I did, and I haven't for. I was trying to figure out the last time I played Apex Legends. It's like surely it wasn't that long ago. It was 2021 the last time I played. That's how long it's
Ooh,
been around for. It's been around
long
for
time.
like five. I don't know, if like even longer than that. 5, 6 years. It's been around for longer than that. I'm trying to figure out.
Big.
2019, yes,
Yeah, 2019 or
2019,
something. Yeah.
yes. So I haven't played it in years. Like up to season 26 or something. I'm thinking, yep, I've missed a good 20 of those seasons. And to be honest,
Yeah, I don't.
I do not miss it at all.
It's huge. It's still huge.
It's huge.
Um, Fortnite's obviously huge. Hell, PUBG is still massive on PC. Um, People
Warzone.
love themselves a battle royale. Yeah, Warzone's big. I'm sure there's others like small scale ones that I have no idea about. But anyway, here's an
Definitely not
indie that
Anthem.
all go on.
I said definitely not Anthem. Because every time I've played that, it's just me by myself. And no one else.
Yeah, you missed. You missed. Oh, wait, have you jumped into it since we spoke about it the other day or the other week?
Yes, I have.
Well, yeah, give me a yell if you need someone to run through
I've
some of
never
the
been
missions with
so
you.
bored in my life. Let's just say that much.
Yeah, the company makes it better. So, um, at least this indie game seems like it's got some sort of personality to it, as opposed to chilling by the fire. Hella, which is the name I
Yes.
don't like because it just makes me think of Life is Strange straight away. But what, a couple mice. Looks like it's a co-op adventure game.
Yes. With a frog backpack.
Looks pretty endearing though. I can
It
get around
does.
it.
It's like not all mice and rats or whatever they are. I like that, but for some reason I looked at it and thought, what's that Unravel? I thought it's not definitely not Unravel, but
No, but it's got that
like
kind of
stop.
like that co-op only Joseph Faris and Hazelight sort of style to it. Obviously, it's not going for the super production value that we see from an A Way Out or a It
It
Takes
takes
Two
two.
or anything like that. But it does still look good.
It does,
So
yes. I might actually give it a go.
my only concern is that maybe it's only online co-op, and if that's the case, I feel like there's a big opportunity missed to
Yeah.
get some couch co-op or something like that going. Um,
People just don't learn.
no,
This whole multiplayer business just does not work. You got to separate the two.
or
Like
couch and
like
online, you can do both.
like Gearbox does with the Borderlands games, which we'll get to later, but
Yeah,
that's a prime example of a game that actually works on its own or with friends.
it's hard to get that balance right. Massive
Yeah,
credit
it is.
to Gearbox with that. But we'll get, yeah, as you said, we'll get back to that shortly. Star Wars Outlaws for Switch 2.
I'll throw it in the bin. Don't even care about it.
That looked real rough.
Oh, I looked at it and think, wow. I mean, I know the technology is not as say superior as Xbox and
It's
PS5,
lacking.
but
Yeah.
my God, it would have looked better on the 64. And that's been really harsh. I'm looking at it going, because I don't pay attention to graphics and all that, but my God, that was not good. It was bad.
I mean, shout out to Ubisoft who could have hidden it by just going with cutscenes and stuff from like a slightly downgraded PS5 version. They actually went with the Switch build and showed that. But I don't know if that helps or hinders the game. They were honest, but maybe you didn't need to be honest, or maybe you should have just shit that one out or said, hey, look, this is or done what some game developers did with the original Switch and gone, this is the streaming only version. And so, like, it looks a bit bad because it's your resolution, it's streaming services, and then obscure the game a little bit, and then put the game out there, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's ugly." And they go, "Yeah, it's ugly for streaming and for local play."
I will say you could do a full Watch Dogs, and then I realized that Ubisoft should be good at that already because
Yeah,
it was by Ubisoft.
that was the Ubisoft job. Chronos: The New Dawn though looked pretty good. So that's the new
Yeah.
game from Bloober, the who've done lots of shit until they put out Silent Hill 2, and I think now that they've done Silent Hill 2, I feel like this is their. They need to now prove. I feel like there's actually more pressure on this now than there was for Silent Hill 2, because at least when it came to Silent Hill 2, you could sit back and go, you've got Konami there and some experts there telling you how to make this game, and also you've got the bare bones, like you're remaking something, so you could literally just go one for one and make an exceptional game because of it. But now you've got that success under your belt. You're going to do Chronos: The New Dawn, and if the game's no good, well, they're going to go, oh, turns out Konami's the only reason Silent Hill was any good as a team. You guys are shit.
So it's
This is a
going to
big
be the
moment.
question: will this be Dead Space type or Callisto Protocol type?
Yeah, it could be one of the two. And I hope it's Dead Space. I mean, look, if it's Callisto, it'll still be fine. Callisto wasn't a bad game; it was just a
Underwhelming.
fine one. Yeah, the promise was huge, and then it just didn't quite execute because they tried to focus too much on melee.
You know, melee in horror games, that's like the complete opposite of what you're meant to do in a horror game.
Shoot
You're
from a
meant to
distance.
shoot, run away, burn, not
Yeah.
punch.
But yeah, we'll see where this one lands. I guess I'll back them in because their recent work is good, but yeah, this could be a big moment for them. And it's a surprise it's coming to the Switch. Or Switch 2, sorry. I did expect this to just be a PlayStation, Xbox, PC thing, so it's kind of cool that it's coming to other platforms as well. But anyway. Yakuza Kiwami was already available on the Switch. It's getting a Switch 2 upres or upgrade, and then Yakuza Kiwami 2 is also coming to the Switch. So these two kind of got announced together. What Yakuzas have you played?
All up till 7.
So you got no reason to go play this on the Switch 2 whatsoever.
No, well, I would go play just to see what it looks like, but that's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
More of a comparison to PS4, Xbox Series X to whatever that is. But other than that, like you said, I'll play it on a big boy console.
I own them all on PlayStation, so there's no, and I still haven't even played them, so there's no incentive for me to go and play it on the Switch or Switch 2. Goodbye Universe. So from the Beyond Your Eyes team.
I'll say I would look at the trailer, but it says place your video, choose your video. So I don't know what the hell happened there.
Yeah, I was even trying to fix this on the fly. It was one that for some reason slipped through the cracks when I was putting the article together, and I just don't have the video there. But yeah, I don't really understand what's going on with that. But Before Your Eyes was a really cool VR2 game, or PlayStation VR2 game, and other VR platforms where like every time you shut your because all the modern VR headsets like they have the eye sensors in there, the eye tracking, and like the narrative would kind of progress every time you kind of blinked. So if you decided to rapid blink, the thing would disappear in no time. But
how the hell did I miss this? Looking at it now.
Well, you don't have a VR2, so. Or do you mean the Goodnight Universe?
Goodnight Universe. Yeah.
Probably because you're looking at my website and I don't have a video pin there for some reason.
But no, not. But even in the Switch, the Nintendo Switch presentation as well, for some reason, I missed it. I don't know what the hell happened there. Maybe they also had the choose your video presentation as well, and I just paid no attention to it whatsoever.
They blinked and missed it. But
or was that at the end where they just showed a whole heap of games?
In short span.
Because that might have made sense as well.
No, just looking at it now, I think it was. Well, it might have been. Yeah, actually, sorry. It was really hard to know what was from this.
So they showed like 3 or 4 games just quickly. They didn't really go into a massive trailer.
Yeah, I think this might have been part of the sizzle reel, which might have been the thing that kind of messed you up. But they're trying to use camera tech in it, which is very limiting. Like, because you've got to now have a Switch 2 camera to be able to use this, seemingly, let alone other platforms. So I don't really know how this one's supposed to work.
Come on, get your cardboard Nebos out and turn your Switch into it's quite a large Switch to put into a
tech issue there. But yeah, Goodnight Universe seems like it could be fine, but yeah, the camera thing is a limitation that I don't know how they'll quite overcome. What about NBA Bounce?
Well, the one thing I was thinking of when I saw it, I thought, how come like NBA Jam or there was another one on the Super Nintendo haven't been put on the Nintendo Switch Online catalog? But then I thought there's a lot of probably licensing issues and all this gibberish, so probably can't do it because when you look at NBA Bounce, there's no real NBA players, just
looks like all mascots.
And some things from Space Jam if you want to look at that way, but. Hey,
get the NBA license without the likenesses. Saves you a lot of money.
So, but hey, I'm all for an NBA Jam style game because they are good fun games. Those ones.
The NBA 2K Playgrounds games recently in the last few years were pretty solid, but like the second one in particular started to get real money grubby again, just like the main 2K games. So good on them for that. What's next? I need to bring the website back
the
up.
South Park favorite.
Oh, of course. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which we've of course already seen come out, but it's coming to Switch 2.
I just laugh. It's like one of the funniest, like one of the stupidest, like South Park jokes from 20 years ago. This is going by, and then it's just like, I thought it was the actual game, didn't realize it wasn't, and then all of a sudden they just made it.
Yeah, I'm part of a group chat that like they play games, but not very often, and for some reason, hang on, I'm just finding the exchange now. One of the boys had taken their kids to some Hello Kitty cafe at Melbourne Central, apparently. At which point, the joke was made. Did your daughter play Hello Kitty Island Adventure to get to this point with the damn it butters? And I'm like, that's finally become a real game, right? And sent the screenshot, and he goes, "Oh, I always assumed it was really a game." I'm like, no, no, it's been 20 years and we've been waiting for this.
Because it's one of those stupid things, like in the South Park episode, it just actually sounded like a legit game.
Sounded real.
It's like, oh yeah, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Never thought to actually Google it in my entire lifetime. Never bothered to Google Hello Kitty Island Adventure because why would I?
You just believe it.
Believe it. But hey, here we are.
Good on him. I already know you're not keen on this, but Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven came out last year to other platforms. It's just getting a Switch 2 port. No thoughts?
No, none.
What about Shinobi Art of Vengeance? We've just seen Ninja Gaiden come out, 2D side-scrolling. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is meant to be really, really good. And there's a demo available now if you want to check it out.
Oh yeah, I knew there was a demo available for something. I just couldn't remember.
That and another game that we'll talk about shortly. We've only got 3 to go here. There's another demo coming for one of these as well.
Oh yes, the other one. Yeah, no, yeah. So I might give it a go.
I reckon you might get into it.
I mean, it is a 2D like hack and slash, so it's up my alley. So
from those who've already played it, apparently it's very, very good. So
that's a good start. That's what you want. Something good.
We referenced Borderlands before. Borderlands 4's there. Now, Randy actually came out on Twitter and socials maybe a week or two prior and confirmed that the game is about a month behind for the Switch 2 than the PS5 and Xbox Series and PC launch. But I don't think that's too bad. What do you think about Borderlands 4?
Big boy console.
Yep.
Sorry, Nintendo, but you gotta, for those types of games, especially first-person shooters, apart from Metroid Prime 4, because that's only on Switch 2, you got to go with the big boy consoles for that type of game.
And, most of your mates will be playing on PlayStation or Xbox or PC and those sorts of things. You want to get the crossplay, you want to get the party chats and all those sorts of things going, and it's just better. Nintendo's made some big strides, especially with their online from the Switch, but again, going into the Switch 2, but it's just not still what it needs to be.
It's just not up there.
Yeah.
So, I keep trying. You'll get there one day.
Yeah. And then Square Enix wrapped things up with 2 HD 2D games. Also, apparently in the Japanese Direct, they also showed off a little bit of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remaster, but that game is out now in just a couple of months. I need to double check that actually, because they're with that in mind, they're actually kind of going nuts considering another game that's coming out later in the year. But The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales, which is the other game that we're talking about getting a demo. What'd you think of it?
It looked okay. It's an interesting name, especially, I don't know if that's the Japanese translation or what. It's just Elliot. I'm thinking, usually have some sort of fancy name, not Elliot.
It's a bit too basic for a Japanese video game.
It's a very basic name. Like, could have gone with. I was going to say Steve.
I mean, it's like calling it Paul, or The Adventures of Paul, or The Adventures of Matt. Like, oh, it's not like the indie game, The Adventures of Pip. Like that. That's fun. Like, Pip. All right, cool.
Or Shinobi.
Or Shinobi.
Yeah.
Shinobi's there anyway. But this is the first time that Square Enix is making an original game in the HD 2D engine. Everything else has been remasters or ports or Oh, sorry, I should take that back. There's Octopath Traveler to begin it all, but like this is very, I guess, different to what they've been doing. It's got some town building component. No, I'm mixing my games up. Oh, well, Octopath Traveler Zero is the other game in there, which has got
Yeah,
town
just
building and those
let's
sorts of
just
things.
jump it.
Let's just fold them all together because this is the one I'm most hyped for. Adventures of Elliot looks cool. I will get the demo and try it out, but Octopath Traveler Zero is what I'm all about, and that's coming out December 4th, while Dragon Quest comes out on October 31st. So there's only a month and change between these two releases. They're all from the HD 2D thing. So Square Enix is pumping them out, and then so far got no reason to doubt them. They've been really high quality. But what do you think of Octopath Traveler Zero then?
Yeah. Okay, I've still got to play Octopath Traveler. I got it.
Start with two. Have you got the original, or you got?
I got the original on the Switch. I got the original one. I don't know if it's the original one or what. I'd have Octopath.
No, if you're talking about the Switch,
the
the original Octopath Traveler is on the Switch. That's where it began. I just reckon like two's better because it's got, especially for someone like yourself who's not wild about like turn-based JRPGs and it can be a bit of a grind. The second one they added some of those modern classic JRPG features, the fast forward and the speed up combat and all those sorts of things, just to get you through that stuff a little bit quicker. The original game doesn't have that.
Oh right.
So you're in for a bit of a grind. It's an excellent game, but I would say the second one's better, and it's got those quality of life improvements to make it even better again. So, whereas this one, I'm not sure what they're going with. Like the Zero thing, kind of suggests they're almost trying to go off in their own direction a little bit, and not quite, and change things up a little bit. And that's where, the town building and character customization. Apparently, your party, like your battle party, is like 8 characters at any given point. So they are still embracing the 8 from the Octo part of the name, but they're really kind of flipping the script a little bit on this, and it's not the traditional JRPG anymore. And I don't know if that'll work out for the better or worse of the game, but in terms of, the franchise. But the game itself looks really good, so I'm keen. Any other thoughts on that one?
Nope. No.
Fair enough. Well, that's it. That's the whole showcase. That's every game Nintendo had. About a 27-minute showcase, and we've almost gone at about the same clip that they have. It was solid enough. It wasn't, some rockstar performance. I think my stance on this is that Nintendo, there's all the reports were that they were not handing out dev kits to many publishers pre the launch of the Switch, or the Switch 2, or the reveal even of the Switch 2, and I think that's coming back to bite them on the ass now, because there's all these teams that just haven't had time to make games for the Switch. Like, everyone keeps thinking, oh, Xbox is going to do something, and they probably will, but because they, presumably, because Nintendo's competitive, didn't make dev kits available to Microsoft, they've not been able to start getting Forza or Gears or any of these sorts of games ready at all.
You can sort of tell too, because it's been very, let's say, stale since the launch. Like, you had Mario Kart World, we've had Donkey Kong last week, but that's really been it. There's no, like we see with the PS5, they just launched game after game after game after game, and then sort of went a bit stale. But Nintendo sort of just released 2 games. That's been it. There's been really nothing else to come out.
But they've reconfirmed that obviously we've got the Horror Warriors thing there. They've said winter. Now, that was obviously a North American direct, so they've said winter. That could still be December through to February, so it could be 2025. It could be early next year. But they did reconfirm that Metroid Prime 4 in a recent thing, like investor presentation, they reconfirmed that Metroid Prime 4 and Kirby Air Riders are still on track for 2025. But, and maybe the last point on the very Nintendo side of it, did you see the attachment rate for Mario Kart on the Switch?
No.
They've sold like 5.8, or as of when they reported their sales the other day, they'd sold something like 5.8 million Switches, and it was like 5.6 million copies of Mario Kart. Like, almost every single person who's bought a Switch has bought Mario Kart.
So and I'm sure those 500,000 people, losers I should say, playing on their Switch too. What?
Well, I mean, I'm one of them, and I got sent a code. So, like, there's going to be people like myself who didn't need to buy one. But then I think there's also probably some households where they've bought multiple Switches and then one Mario Kart copy between them.
Ah, yes, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, pass the game to little Timmy. All right.
Fuck off, Timmy.
5.82 million copies. 5.82 million Switch 2s, I should say. It's crazy numbers. But any other thoughts on all things Switch?
No. Just
all
say more games, please.
Yeah, more games,
That's
please.
it.
First party and third party and indie. Get the indies. Get the console in the indies' hands.
Who is it? What are you talking about? There's that stupid fire game. I forgot what it's called already. That's how little care I have.
Oh, chilling by the fire. Yeah,
Yeah, that
not,
one. Yeah,
no, no, no more of that sort of shit.
that is no more. But that's all we talk. That's all we're gonna say about that game. No more.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched. We've got Let's Plays. There's Shorts and a whole bunch more. Check it all out on the YouTube channel. We're on Patreon, patreon.com. Oh, I've missed the website. Player2.net.au. Go check that out for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patched, the Player2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. Then there's the Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks, lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there are the socials. Matto.
Matto.
Paul, James Games, and myself. The website is player2au. Thanks a lot for watching, and I don't know, go buy Switch 2 and buy Mario Kart when you do it. Got to keep that ratio up. See ya.